Welcome back everybody to a brand new video cast. We are on the map Tournament Rift. This is a Hall of Fame game from the 21st of January 2012, and on the right hand side of the map as the Red Traveller 59, it is the Animal Unleashed UA. And sliding over to the left hand side of the map as the Purple Traveller 59, we have a Traveller Mirror. This is eXs.Pulse, aka Eclipse, the OG Eclipse. Yes, I did get that right. I just had a thought, oh no, what if I've got those players mixed up, but no. So this, yes, as I said, this map, this game is from 2012, January 21. It was actually uploaded by Tuma. It was not uploaded by a player, so that does make me have absolutely no idea who wins this game. Now, normally, the Hall of Fame games are uploaded by a specific player, and I sort of have an inkling that player has probably won the game due to that. Most of the time, you don't see players upload their losses, even if it's an unbelievably good game. But I uploaded by Tuma, who observed this game, so I have absolutely no idea who might have won this. There is no reason to believe either of these players have won this game, and you will notice if this was a Traveller Mirror in 2021, 2022. Both players would have opened with about 17 Disintegrators, but in 2012, that is not the way of the meta. So we're going to see some, I'm sure we're going to see some interesting gameplay from both these guys, because it's, well, the Kane's Wrath would have been out for just under 4 years at this point, and obviously the meta was still developing even back then. I mean, the meta doesn't even feel like it fully developed until maybe 2 years ago, when it was just sort of, everyone realized it was all about your multi-MCV, your base defenses, and your epics, and juggernauts, and specters, and that's sort of what it turned into. But we do have absolutely nothing going on between these two players, but it looks like they're both going for a fast tech, so we're going to see quick tier 2s. No, it's a stasis chamber, actually. Where is his portal? Oh, it's there. He does have a portal there. Okay. And Eclipse places down his nerve center. So this isn't the Eclipse that we know nowadays. The I think he's from Russia. The Eclipse we know. This is the Eclipse that was, I believe he became expert. I'm not sure. I think he was, if he wasn't expert, he was very close. And is now, well, he was from America. He's from the United States. So yes, very different to the Eclipse we know modern day in our community. But yeah, there we go. So we do see that fast stasis chamber from Unleashed UA. We now have a tier 2, so maybe he is going to go for those cultists. We do see that Advanced Articulators has been researched by Unleashed, and he's building engineers, so maybe he's going to look to try and take these bottom spikes. He does have both of those garrisons down there, and tier 3 does come down. So eXs.Pulse, aka Eclipse, going for this fast tech mechapede, while Unleashed over here has gone for a stasis chamber first. He's now going for his tier 3. These engineers moving to the south of the map. He has 3 of them there. I swear he sent one across. Yeah, he's got one here as well. So he's actually got 4 engineers on the map. And these ones are just slowly going to crawl down and take the Tiberium spikes in the south of the map. This engineer looking to actually take eXs.Pulse's main starting Tiberium spike. 2 mechapedes are out of the map. 4 Eclipse. And 2 double portal. Tier 3 down, and we're going to see a lot of cultists come out from Unleashed UA. This, the engineer actually got discovered by the mechapedes, but didn't get shot at, so that's pretty lucky for Unleashed. But the cultists are going to move in, and Unleashed is going to be able to take both of these mechapedes, and that's an amazing start for Unleashed. Are we going to see a buzzer swarm? Because there's actually nothing to stop the buzzers from killing these cultists if he's able to get it down. But no, and Unleashed UA now has both of the cultists under his control. Mechapede here, going to kill this Gunwalker, but Unleashed UA is now in complete control of this game already, very early, but you can see he has all 4 Tiberium spikes, and now has control of the Mechapede. Oh, the Buzzer Swarm comes in! The Buzzer Swarm does come in. It's killing cultists, but not the ones that actually have control of his Mechapedes. Unleashed is going to try and capture the cultists. 2 cultists have been captured, so the ground is down to 3. This Buzzer Swarm is now actually running away. It probably needs to turn around and try and kill at least one more of those buzzers. These mechapedes here for Unleashed, not quite sure what they're doing yet. And the buzzer that he did capture has gone down, but both of these buzzers for Eclipse are on very low health. So Unleashed UA, what is he going to do with his Mechapeds here? He does have them. We're going to see an engagement. One Mechapede goes down on both sides. Good focus firing from both players here. I think Unleashed is going to lose this one, outnumbered 2-1. And this Engineer still here, still alive, but Eclipse is in a bit of a bad situation still. He doesn't have any tech or tier 1.5 tech, and Unleashed UA has 4 tip spikes. That's an extra $2,400 per minute for Unleashed UA, while Eclipse is getting absolutely none of that. Mechapede is captured here, but that Cultist will not be able to run away, so it's unfortunate there for Unleashed UA. He's actually captured these buzzers as well, so those rogue buzzers have been captured. We see a refinery has come down for Unleashed. But the Mechapeds are now moving to the south of the map. There are a lot of cultists out. There's actually a tripod out as well. And these cultists here making a move to the south. Eclipse is looking in quite a bad situation already. Unleashed UA looking in a very dominant position. Prodigy is out now as well. And these Mechapeds, they're going to find it hard to actually get into the base of Unleashed UA because of these cultists. Refinery does come down on this south field for Eclipse, so he's finally been able to establish an economy on his second Tiberium field. Needs to get an Engineer at least to reclaim this spike and maybe try and kill these two. Neither player making a move for that blue Tiberium yet. And a second Refinery down for Unleashed on this right hand side. South field. So I think there's 4 Mechapeds there. And Unleashed UA doesn't have a single Mechapede on the field. The only Mechapeds he's had in this game have actually been captured away from Eclipse. He's actually preferring to go for the tripods here, so maybe thinking more of the extreme late game there, going for those Mechapeds, but he must be absolutely loving the fact that Eclipse is refusing to take back these Tiberium spikes, but he has built this Engineer now, so he's going to reclaim his Tiberium spike, his save spike, and he's probably going to come down with the Mechapeds to destroy these ones, I would have to guess. The cultists are moving out with some tripod support. And he's actually captured an upgraded power plant with that Engineer. So that Engineer finally, it's been sitting around on the map for a long time, and he's finally moved in, and he captured an upgraded power plant, and he's actually keeping it around too. You can see it's actually put Eclipse on low power mode. So that'd be very annoying for him. These Mechapeds are sort of getting trapped in the south of the map by these cultists, but I don't think there's enough cultists to actually take all of them. He's going to need the tripod support. And are we going to see any harvesters move to the blue Tiberium? It doesn't look like Unleashed is too interested in taking that blue Tiberium, yet the cultists here actually not going to be able to achieve too much. He's pulled all of his harvesters off the line to make sure they don't get captured by those cultists, and the Mechapeds are actually just going across the map and looking to try and get into Unleashed base, and Unleashed army is very slow moving, so it's going to take him quite a while to get back there. Tripods trying to run back as quickly as they can. The cultists running back as quickly as they can. There's a storm column down, so that will do a lot of damage. Almost one-shots that Mechapede. Tripod here moving in, but then he can just overwhelm that with the Mechapeds. Eclipse is just going to kill that tripod straight away. Bang! Tripod goes down. Oh, he hasn't gone down yet. What the hell? Alright, there we go. It goes down now, and he's going to just run away from there. Those segments on that Mechapede did get empty, so that Mechapede is completely locked in place. Because if you have an empty... He's actually killed the empty segment, so he can get away. And Eclipse didn't really achieve anything with that attack, but he was able to kill the tripod, but he did leave the husk there. So Unleashed will be able to reclaim that at any given time. There's actually a Prodigy over here. I'm not sure what he may have tried to capture something, but was unable to. But it is still alive now, and the Buzzer Swarm comes in. He may be looking to try and capture the tier 3 here. There is a Mechapede coming in, but the Mechapede comes too slow, and the Prodigy teleports in and forces the sell-off of that tech lab. But the Prodigy will go down. It will not be able to escape with its life. There's actually another drone ship. Is that his... Yeah, he's got a second drone ship up here, and he's dropped double storm columns up in the north here. So Unleashed UA, again, still looking in a dominant position. Still holds 3 Tiberium spikes. But the one thing that... Shock Trepet. Whoa, where am I going with Shock Trepet? Eclipse is still in a map control position in terms of he has the Mechapeds and he is a lot faster than Unleashed UA's army. That tripod does get reclaimed, but he has 5 tripods in the middle with 5 cultists, so it's a very potent army there, and a refinery down in the middle of the map. The Mechapeds are moving back to base. Eclipse is sort of knowing it's hard to move out in this type of situation, out of your base, when you know that there's so many cultists around. These cultists, so they lose their life if they continue to run forward like that. The Buzzer Swarm comes down. Terrible timing by Eclipse, and that Buzzer Swarm isn't going to achieve anything, but there are cultists here, and I mean, he does have cultists of his own here unleashed, but he's going to be forced to shoot his own units for quite a bit here. He needs to start capturing back his own tripods, and oh man, the tripods are sort of just shooting at each other. While the cultists continue to come out and put the pressure on, the Mechapedes are now going to come in from the south. No temporal wormhole being used yet. I'd love to see a temporal wormhole come down from Eclipse and just trap this army in. The Mechapedes coming in now, shooting the cultists from the back. And there are 6 Mechapedes here, and these tripods are all on really low health, except that main one at the back there, all on low health. That tripod does get recaptured, and one tripod from Unleashed has fallen. And another one goes down as well. That tripod gets recaptured by the cultists, and that's how these games can go. They get really messy really quickly. Eclipse looking to try and reclaim that husk. He could actually kill that tripod with his Mechapedes there. And he does clean up the husk, so Unleashed's tripod army has been dwindled down quite a bit. Good teleport there by that Mechapede, by the Prodigy, to get that tripod away safely. And the Mechapedes are going to continue moving. Another Storm Column comes down, and those Storm Columns can be really devastating to the Mechapedes. Do need to focus fire though, Unleashed, but unable to do that. Probably was just out of range by the time he could focus fire. And that doesn't happen. Those cultists have left the situation down there, but they are not capturing the tip spikes, those engineers. Tripod here just out in the open. Did get recaptured by Unleashed, but Eclipse is just going to run in. He has an army of cultists. Take the tripod. There we go. He does take the tripod. Mechapede's probably going to get cornered in the top left corner here. Yeah, they are. Or top right corner. Actually blocked his own tripod there with that power plant, but he should be able to move in. Another Storm Column comes down. He could phase to try and get out of here. I think that would be a good play for Eclipse. Phase these Mechapedes out of there. But no, unfortunately not the Storm Column. Actually, he didn't. I don't actually think he lost a Mechapede there. He somehow got away. He didn't lose a single Mechapede. A lot of damage on them. He needs to get them back to a war factory for repairs. And is that all of Eclipse's cultists just came in and died? I'm not sure what they were trying to achieve, but it looks like they've all been killed. And the Mechapedes moved to the south. This blue Tiberium field is massive. You know, Eclipse could actually move his drone ship there. That would be a really good play for Eclipse right now. Looks like Unleashed is going to try and make a move for that blue Tiberium. But unfortunately, the Harvester picked off by those Mechapedes. And these Mechapedes, again, they aren't as strong as the tripods in theory. But when they're in a big clump like this and they're able to move around the map quite freely, they do become quite potent, even against Mechapedes. Even against tripods. These engineers down here still have not captured these spikes. And Hexapod is out for Eclipse. It looks like he's going to fill that with 3 Disintegrators, so no Prodigy segment in there. Yeah, triple Disintegrator for Eclipse. No Hexapod on the way yet for Unleashed UA. And it looks like the game is sort of going to take a little bit of a pause here. This engineer moving across the map, he's not going to be able to capture anything with it because there is a Storm Column here. He's going to run straight into that Storm Column. No, he does stop move, so well done there. But look at this blue field. If Eclipse made a move for that blue field and actually built a refinery down there, he would be absolutely cranking in the dollars. Even if Unleashed had this field under his control, if he was able to take both of the bottom spikes and take this whole blue field, he'd probably get more money out of it in the long term, especially. And that Hexapod has now made its appearance to the north of the map. This Buzzer is still force-firing this tripod. I'm not sure what that's about. This Prodigy is just walking around. Where is this Prodigy going? This is a brave move, because if there's a Buzzer Swarm available for Unleashed UA, that Prodigy could lose its life quite quickly. Are we going to see a big area mind control? Big area mind control takes 2 tripods. He doesn't capture the war factory. I thought he might capture the war factory. He tried to teleport them away, I think, but unfortunately the teleport does not work. Those 2 tripods do go down, so a pretty successful run by that Prodigy, you'd have to say. He actually teleports tripods in to try and kill the Prodigy. What a play, but the Prodigy is now going to go down, and he actually just teleported these tripods straight into danger, because there is now Mechapedes here to shoot at them, and he phases them. He goes for a crush move, and they're not crushing anything. That tripod's not crushing anything. Okay, that's interesting. There is a Devastator warship out for Unleashed, and a second one now as well. So Eclipse making it happen with that Prodigy early. His Buzzer Swarm is actually still going to town on that tripod. And again, oh my god, this blue field, it's just freaking massive, isn't it? And the Prodigy going to try and capture one of those Devastator warships, I'd imagine. No, he does turn around. Does do a lot of damage, though, doesn't it? Oh, a big grab of those Corruptors. Can he sort of retake them with those Cultists? Oh my god, the Cultists. Where are the Cultists going? He needs to take back his Prodigy. I mean, take back his Corruptors, because he's going to lose all of the Cultists. Alright, had a quick pause there, but this engagement is heating up. Devastator warships. I mean, Devastator warships aren't really too effective here. They need to be shooting at the Cultists. They're shooting at the Hexapod, and they do not do much damage to vehicles. And it looks like Eclipse is slowly actually fighting his way back into this game. I thought Unleashed was in a really dominant position earlier, but Eclipse has slowly been fighting his way back. He's just been taking better trades with these Cultists. His Mechapedes have been really good for him. And even now, he's still taking more and more units away from Unleashed UA. This Hexapod trying to fight off the Storm Column. There's a lot of Devastator warships here, but like I said, they don't do much damage to that Hexapod. Prodigy's going to come in, maybe try and teleport a tripod onto the Hexapod. He does, he teleports in, gets the EMP down, but it looks like that's going to be destroyed straight away. He does empty the Hexapod, but I don't think it's going to matter because it's going to lose that tripod. It's actually recaptured by Eclipse. And there are some veterans here on these tripods, and that's the thing in these fights, is when the tripods are sort of just getting traded between each other rather than actually getting killed, they do actually rank up quite a bit. This Hexapod's actually not doing anything right now. The Devastator warships are trying to focus it down. Slowly but surely they're trying to, but it does get teleported away by the Prodigy, and it looks like Eclipse is just going to turn around and say enough of that. He does have 3 tripods under his control that were originally unleashed as well, so he's done a really good job. And here we go, here's the mass migration of harvesters to the middle. Actually, one of them almost has a third of a tank, or 2 of them, with about a third and a quarter of a tank full, so he's not going to get a massive amount of Tiberium from those harvesters, but unfortunately, this Hexapod will get away and unleashed. He could have maybe tried to chase it with the Devastator warships, but I think he realized it's probably going to get repairs now, and the Devastator warships simply do not have the DPS to stop that. These tip spikes still under the control of Eclipse, under the control of Unleashed actually. He does still have these engineers here. These engineers here have been here for at least 5 minutes, and have not been able to capture anything. Area mind control on that Gunwalker. Bit of a waste really, because he could actually, you know, maybe back in 2012 they didn't know about this trick. Well, no one had thought of it yet, where you kill the units that you have mind controlled, like the tripods, because you can actually just reclaim them with engineers, and it frees up your cultists again, and your Prodigy, most importantly. We do see that there is a triple disintegrator segment Hexapod here versus a triple shock trooper one, but there's 3 tripods supporting that Hexapod with the triple disintegrators for Eclipse, and he's going to move in, he's going to get an EMP, he does get the EMP, Unleashed has gone a phase. I thought he'd already used it, but maybe that was Eclipse that had used it, or it has just come off cooldown already. And that Hexapod is going to get re-emped. It's going to get re-emped quite a bit because there are 3 tripods here. But eventually, the Hexapod probably will go down. Nice play here. I think he's going to heal his tripods with these corruptors. No, he's just moving them forward. Prodigy comes in, big area mind control. Oh my god, what a massive area mind control! But the tripods are going to go back to Eclipse's control because he does Buzzer Swarm the Prodigy away straight away, and that Hexapod is under fire again. And the tripods now, is he going to be able to get that away? He's not, because he just lost his Prodigy, and the Hexapod will fall for Unleashed UA. And actually, when you look at the map now, Unleashed UA has sort of run out of forces. There's even Storm Riders out for Eclipse. He's continuing to build Storm Riders. He's lost both of his refineries down here. I'm not sure how that's happened, which means that all of his harvesters are moving to the north. Oh my god, he's taken all of blue Tiberium, but it's going to be a very slow trickle into his base. He teleports in the Prodigy and claims the Hexapod facility. So Unleashed UA's Hexapod will be delayed again. And, oh, another Prodigy. Jeez, it's just Prodigy wars between these 2 players. And that's the thing about these Traveler Mirrors. And the Cultists are actually going to start getting shot down by these Corruptors. He does reclaim most of them, though. And now we have a Hexapod moving into this base from Unleashed UA. But unfortunately for Unleashed, there's nothing here to stop it. There's absolutely nothing here. Unleashed UA is suddenly in a really bad position in this game. Cultists are going to try and move forward to claim these Corruptors, I imagine. Yeah, he gets one of the Corruptors, he claims another one. And this Gunwalkers here is actually picking off some of these Cultists from Eclipse. The Prodigy is back out. Are there any tripods on the map? His Hexapod facility is back in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. The Hexapod for Eclipse has ranked up. Drone ship does get sold off. There are 2 Storm Columns up here, but they're not going to do a hell of a lot of damage. Another Storm Column does come down. And the Cultists are now moving in as well. But there's not really anything for them to take that's going to help them kill the Hexapod. He just has Cultists, the Corruptors here that he can take. And the tripods here on the left-hand side are not getting involved in the fight. Probably a good choice, really. He doesn't want to waste them fighting and getting captured. And he does phase that Hexapod. Could have teleported it away so he didn't waste his phase, because there's really no reason to phase it. He's probably going to teleport it away once the phase wears off anyway, so maybe a bit of a waste. Looks like Unleashed was trying to have a go at the blue Tiberium, but you'll see that most of it's gone. This still owns these 2 Tiberium spikes, so Eclipse will be kicking himself that he hasn't taken those just yet. But these tripods on the left-hand side, they're going to be very important, I think. If Eclipse is somehow able to lose them, If Unleashed is able to capture them all, that could be a massive turning point in the game. Well, finally he realizes to capture these Tim Spikes. He's captured this one. Does he know he has another assimilator there? I'm not too sure. He's probably going to build another one. And send that down there maybe. He does have another assimilator here as well, so all sorts of interesting stuff going on. Oh, the Hexapod from Unleashed is teleported in. Is he going to be able to kill this Hexapod? He area mind controls the Corruptors, so he can't heal it, and the Hexapod goes down. What a play from Unleashed UA. And that's what I was saying. He should have teleported away with the Hexapod. He has a Prodigy on the field. I know he has one somewhere. And unfortunately was not able to use it to get away. Of course, you've got to remember that the Storm Column does buff the Storm Rider, even though it's actually Unleashed Storm Column, it does buff the Storm Rider because it's just an Ion Storm. They don't care whose Ion Storm it is. As long as there's an Ion Storm there, it will buff the Storm Riders. But there are now AA batteries being dropped, so he is going to want to get out of there. And also this Hexapod with Triple Shock Trooper will do a lot of damage to these Storm Riders. He's going to want to go back and repair them now. But that was a big play for Unleashed UA. Able to get that Hexapod destroyed. And again, going straight back for it is Eclipse. So these players really relying on this Hexapod. Oh, the Prodigy came in to try and teleport the tripods on. The Prodigy actually got sniped by the Buzzer Swarm, and the Hexapod, their Hexapod was empty, but it was empty and the tripods were too close, and they actually got crushed. So that's a really unfortunate play there for Eclipse. And suddenly the game has completely flipped. And that's the thing about these Traveller Mirrors, is that we've seen Unleashed look dominant in the early game, then we've seen Eclipse pull it back, and he looked in a dominant position, and then it's back in Unleashed's favour. I mean, it's not in his favour, it's probably back to a 50-50 game at this point, although he does have control of this middle field, so that's really important. He has control of most of the Tiberium on the map. Teleports in more Corruptors to get healing on his Hexapod. Storm Riders are now making another move across the map. The Hexapod there with Triple Shock Trooper. I think at 2 shots... Storm Riders, another Buzzer Swarm comes in. We're going to see a lot of that this game. Buzzer Swarm's coming in to kill that Prodigy. But I must admit, this game doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. Triple Shock Trooper in this Hexapod. So he's upgraded his Hexapod from the Disintegrator segments to the Shock Trooper segments. And we'll take a breath here as we calm down and watch what could unfold. Now, this is the thing. Unleashed is going to really struggle to take any of this blue Tiberium with the air presence that Eclipse does have on the map. Prodigy is rebuilt straight away. Cultists, sorry, I keep saying Cultists instead of Corruptor. I'm not sure why I keep doing that, but I do. But yeah, the Corruptors are going to get destroyed here. 2 Corruptors go down, but he does lose 2 Storm Riders, so really not that good of a trade. And here we go, 1 tripod here, able to lock down that epic unit from Unleashed UA. This one Corruptor here causing lots of issues, but it does get destroyed by the back segment of the... Oh my god, they're fighting over this 1 tripod. This 1 tripod is being fought over. It might kill the Hexapod with the help of the Storm Riders. This Prodigy comes back in. Does he retake the Prodigy? I mean, he does retake it, but the area mind control... And he phases the units. He phases the tripod. The tripod gets phased, which means that he is going to be able to run back home with it. And when a unit is phased, he actually cannot mind control it. So even if Eclipse had these on cooldown, he cannot reclaim this tripod. The Storm Riders here, really good choice by Eclipse. They've been really useful for him in this game. He's actually crushing these Corruptors with the Hexapod. There's too many Cultists, too many Corruptors here for the Cultists to take, unfortunately. So he's going to lose all of them. But this Hexapod is in a little bit of pressure here by Eclipse's Hexapod. And are we going to see this teleported back? I don't know if he's even going to teleport back in time. He's going to have to be really quick with it, Unleashed. He's teleported back right now. He does teleport it back right now. There is shard launchers here. Oh no, the Storm Riders are all going to stack up and go into the AA of Unleashed UA. And there's now Storm Riders here from Unleashed. Where has he pulled this money from? The Storm Riders are now here from Unleashed UA. The tripod is reclaimed by Unleashed UA. Oh no, he did claim earlier. The Emp does come down, and now he's going to focus it down with his Storm Riders. I don't think he's going to have enough DPS here. Is the Prodigy still alive for Eclipse? Yes, he is, so he's going to be able to teleport that tripod away. Engineer is here, though. Is he going to be able to try and claim that Husk? He isn't able to claim the Husk because Eclipse is able to kill it. Now the Prodigy might go down. The Prodigy might be destroyed here for Unleashed UA. The Prodigy does go down, and we should see this teleported away now by Eclipse. Eclipse should teleport this Hexapod away. Oh, he's getting a lot of money from these Storm Riders. Unleashed is really committing to trying to kill this with the Storm Riders. He should build some Disintegrators out of this portal. I know he's going for his Prodigy, but I'd love to see him go for Disintegrators instead. Ichor Seed is called in by Unleashed UA to try and get a little bit more money. Oh man, these Storm Riders, and he does teleport away. And so all of those Storm Riders that were wasted on trying to kill the Hexapod, unfortunately, did die in vain. And the Hexapod for Eclipse is able to escape. And I mean, we're starting to see why this game is Hall of Fame, aren't we? It's just so back and forth. You don't know who's going to win. We saw one tripod being fought over by a Prodigy, or by Prodigies from both sides. It's all sorts of chaos. Still 2 Tiberium spikes shared by each player. No Tiberium spikes destroyed in this game. And we're going to see the Hexapods clash again here. Eclipse is just going to go and straight target the Corruptors, which is a good choice here. Unleashed does try and move them away and start to heal each other, so that's a good play by Unleashed. He has to go back to start healing the Hexapod now, and now he's actually lost 2 of his Corruptors, and the Prodigy is here to try and support the fight. And another Buzzer Swarm comes down. He actually misses the Prodigy. The Prodigy might actually get away here. The Prodigy might get away, and teleports in. Big area mind control on the Corruptors. There we go. That's what he needed. Actually takes an Engineer as well. That's a bit random. Does get destroyed. But he was able to kill a few of those Corruptors. But now Eclipse turns around and teleports his tripod onto the Hexapod of Unleashed. And that's the thing. It's just so back and forth. Does he have phase? He's going to need phase, or he's going to need to teleport it away instantly. Phase has recharged. You'd think that wouldn't be recharged. I mean, we saw him use it just here before. For not very long ago. Second drone ship has been rebuilt because he still has this one down here, but Unleashed going back for another one. Storm Rider's now coming in from Unleashed UA, and there's actually not a hell of a lot of AA here. There's 1 AA battery and the Hexapod, but other than that, not a hell of a lot. The Prodigy is moving out on its own. Teleports in front. It looks like he's going to try and teleport that tripod back on top of the Hexapod. Area mind control from Unleashed UA does come in. Is he going to be able to lock down Eclipse's Prodigy, Eclipse's Hexapod? No, he isn't. But this Prodigy fighting over the tripod again. They're just fighting over the same tripod, but it's instantly claimed because Eclipse does have the help of those Hexapod, of the Cultists. Unleashed Hexapod is destroyed, and man, this is a messy game of Kane's Wrath. Very hard to know who is in the lead, but all of the Tiberium on the map has been pretty much cleaned up, and no bases from either player have been destroyed. Engineer there does get cleaned up. Rift Generator down from Unleashed UA. Rift Generator down. I like that play actually, because this game may be lasting quite a bit longer. Buzzer Swarm comes in, cleans up some Cultists. The Storm Riders here for Unleashed UA, and that's going to be the thing. Yeah, the Storm Riders are going to make it quite difficult for Eclipse to push in to kill him, but he's actually throwing them away on these Gunwalkers. Oh, Unleashed UA, what are you doing? And now he's moving in to try and deal with his Hexapod, but again, he's going to waste his Storm Riders on a Hexapod that's just going to get teleported away. Eclipse does have his Prodigy here. So I feel like it's just a waste here from Unleashed, and he's actually just feeding the Hexapod more XP and as well as more money, because of course the recycler on the Hexapod gives $225 per Storm Rider that goes down, and it's actually gone to Elite. There you go, he actually crushed a buzzer, and that was the trigger to take it over to Elite. We do see that Unleashed UA has been able to rebuild his Hexapod, and this is the part of the game where the money becomes barren, and the Hexapod becomes even more important than before because of the recycler on the Hexapod. Prodigy here on the on this, it's very exposed here. Does Unleashed have Buzzer Swarm ready? It does not. It's halfway done. We did see there that Eclipse actually does have a tier 4, so maybe he's going to go for some type of wormhole play onto that Rift Generator. His Prodigy here needs to actually make a move for it, because the Hexapod could kill it. Unless he's going to teleport a tripod on. No, Unleashed teleports his Hexapod away. And that second drone ship still flying around over here. Lots of storm columns here for Unleashed. And he does grab $240 for that Harvest Stock. So that's the thing. When we get to this type of gameplay, or this late into the game, the Hexapod is the most important unit in the Screen Arsenal. I mean, it is most of the time anyway, but it's... Oh my god, we see a Mothership. He's coming, he's captured the drone ship, he's going to try and Mothership, Unleashed his base here. And he's going to be able to kill the Rift Generator. I don't think he's got enough DPS to stop this from going off. Does he have enough DPS to stop it going off? He starts off the Rift Generator. Has he cancelled it to 25%? He has cancelled it. Okay, so if you don't know the Mothership, if it takes... Oh my god, it goes off anyway! It goes off anyway! Unleashed may lose his entire base here. This base is safe. Has it triggered over to this part of his base? No, it hasn't. But he has no AA left. And the Mothership here from Eclipse. I must admit, I didn't expect the Mothership to be what he went for next. But it does stop the Rift Generator from being a part of this game. He focused the Mothership in that area, and it forced Unleashed to sell it off. The Hexapod is now coming across, so this will actually give the Hexapod a big chunk of XP, but while the Hexapod is distracted on the right-hand side of the map, Eclipse is actually making a push with his Hexapod into the center and pushing Unleashed out of here. Unleashed actually has no build radius here left. And here we go. Oh, I wouldn't actually use the AA battery if I was Unleashed. I would want to use my Hexapod to kill it and get as much XP as possible. But maybe he was worried that it might launch another Catalyst and just wanted to make sure that he was able to kill it without, you know, getting another Catalyst. Looks like Overlord's Wrath was used by Eclipse there to get a little bit more Tiberium under his belt. And I think with that Mothership play, he's actually put himself again in a super dominant position here. And he's not building any high tier units. There's no tripods in his army, or there's one tripod actually. But he's not building any units that could change the game. I mean, and if this thing goes heroic, it's going to be nearly impossible for Unleashed to kill with this low in an economy. But, and again, even though he was able to pull off this play, he hasn't forced Unleashed off this Tiberium field. So the only Tiberium field that is unclaimed at this time is the middle field. I guess you could say the blue field is unclaimed as well, but there's nothing there anyway at this point in the game. There's no Tiberium left on the blue field. And this Hexapod's going to continue to move forward, and Unleashed is continuing to produce Storm Riders, which is an interesting choice because the Storm Riders are not going to be great versus what versus what Eclipse actually has. Another Storm Rider gets destroyed, and this thing, he's actually able to one-shot them when he is elite. He's one-shotting the Storm Riders. There's Mass Disintegrators and Shock Troopers here, but unfortunately he just teleports it back, and the Storm Riders are continuing to move forward. Oh man, Unleashed, his micro here is letting him down, and that's the thing, when this Hexapod is elite, he can one-shot every storm. It's gone heroic. Oh man, Eclipse has a heroic Storm Rider, a heroic Hexapod, and I think that means that Unleashed is in a hell of a lot of trouble. I'm not sure how he's going to be able to get enough DPS to stop this, plus the Corruptors, plus wherever Eclipse's Prodigy is, plus the Gunwalkers. He's lost all of his Storm Riders. He only has a Hexapod and a handful of infantry, which again isn't going to be very good versus what Eclipse has. I think he went, oh excuse me, for plasma dick launchers. Plasma dick launchers. Yeah, he went for dick launchers. No, he's got plasma disc launchers on his Shock Troopers, so that does give them a little bit more DPS. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. A heroic Hexapod, triple Shock Trooper, and its ability to teleport around the map. I think Unleashed UA is in a lot of trouble here, and Eclipse may be going for the final push here to take him out of this game. I don't know where this Hexapod from Unleashed is going. It's just moving across the map. But Eclipse's force here of Corruptors, Gunwalkers, and a tripod is starting to make a move. These Shock Troopers, I don't think they're going to be overly effective here. Oh man, it's not really the unit you want to be using against Corruptors. Yeah, a lot of the Shock Troopers are just instantly destroyed here. He does teleport. Oh my god, his Hexapod is almost dead, and it's been teleported back to try and save this fight. Does he have any Corruptors on the field? He has no way to repair this Hexapod right now. And, oh no, and Eclipse teleports his heroic Hexapod into the front line. I think this may be it for Unleashed UA. Look at the DPS and the rate of fire that this Hexapod does have. He's going to teleport a tripod onto it. Doesn't matter, the Hexapod goes down for Unleashed, and I think that means Unleashed's chances in this game have also gone down with it. We are going to see one last stand from Unleashed UA. We do know he likes to fight to the absolute last minute. He does kill the Prodigy from Eclipse, but I just don't think he has enough left here in the tank. And I think Eclipse is going to push forward to win this game. And what a game that was. Yeah, Unleashed. He's probably knowing Unleashed flaming in the chat or something similar like that. It definitely wouldn't be GG. I mean, I don't know if he changed much from 2012 to now, but how is he still in the game? What buildings does he have? I know he has the lightning spike over there. I don't know what he had left, but Unleashed UA has been defeated, and that has been the end of that game. Quite an epic Traveler 59 mirror, 34 minutes long. And Unleashed UA does take a defeat. Eclipse will take the victory. And Unleashed UA, look at that. He had a lot more money too. And it just showed. If we have a look at the kill-death ratio, Eclipse was just a little bit better. He killed 216 units. I think it lost 196. But Unleashed, he lost 60 more units than he killed. So that's unfortunate for Unleashed that he lost as much as he did. You can see here, Unleashed down here a lot of the time. Obviously, there's the bug. Units is a bit bugged. Because this is Mechapedes being built, but I think when you lose them, you only lose one unit. So that's why it's like this. For Eclipse, he did not have that many units the whole game. But there we go. That's the end of that Hall of Fame game. Here's all the statistics for you. Yeah, Unleashed UA had about 40,000 more or 35,000 more than Eclipse, but again, he was just very wasteful with it, really. Those Storm Riders, so much of the time were just being wasted by Unleashed UA. But Eclipse will take that victory. Another Hall of Fame game there for you. And I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Pretty epic, actually, seeing those back and forth fights in the middle with those tripods and the Prodigy. You just never really knew. And it was swings and merry-go-rounds with that game. It was back and forth the whole way. But there we go. That's another game for you. I'll catch you guys in another video sometime soon. See you later.